Hello and welcome back to another episode of Riichi Mahjong. Today we're going to be playing in the Gold Room, a good 4-player East match. And I'm hoping to keep winning, like we were on a big win streak for a long time. We took a 3rd place last time, but I believe we can bring it back. If you've never seen this game before, it's called Riichi Mahjong. The entire point of the game is to make 5 shapes in your hand. One of those shapes needs to be a pair. The other 4 shapes need to be sets of 3, either runs or triples in a suit. And once we get there, that takes 14 tiles. We only have 13 in our hand, so as soon as someone discards the last remaining tile we need, we can steal that tile for them, along with the value of our hand from their score here in the middle, 25,000 to start. And we got a pretty decent hand to start. I mean, we have some shapes developing. We have the 3-4, that's 1, 1-3 is 2, 6-8's 3. We need to find a pair somewhere, but we're going to get there. I just played a bunch of 3-player Mahjong matches, and I was on a roll. And we'll see if I took some screenshots. We'll see if I put them in the video. These, I'm talking winning every hand, standby mons, these crazy hands. And so actually, I just ranked up again in 3-player Mahjong to expert 1-star. Because I actually was expert 1-star before, and then I deranked, and now I'm back. I'm playing a little bit more seriously now, right? So... but that's not the important part. The important part is not the 3-player Mahjong rank. It's the 4-player Mahjong rank. And in this situation, we're doing well. We're almost expert 3-star. And if we can keep the win train going, we're going to get there in no time. I'm going to be honest, guys. And I don't know. I really haven't hit a road bump. I feel like I don't know. If you've been following for a long time, I was stuck in Adept 2 for so long. And I think ever since I've gotten over that hump, I've just been, on a roll. And so the Gold Room I thought would trip me up, but it hasn't really tripped me up yet, which is good. I appreciate the fact that it's not tripping me up. But I don't know. I don't need to be too cocky, right? I did get a 3rd place last time. And so, yeah, the flow maybe is not on my side as much as I want it to be. But we're going to try to play some good, solid Mahjong today. S plus Mahjong. I think it's possible. You know what other game I've been playing a lot of? Elden Ring Night Rain, which I know maybe you've heard some of my other videos talk about Elden Ring Night Rain. I was under the impression that Night Rain was a 1 or 3-player game, because the whole bit with me and my friend group is only 3 of us like Night Rain, only 3 of us like Elden Ring, and one of us didn't have a computer, right? What's the move here? Probably the 6. We're missing a pair now, right? We're 1 away. We're 1 away from Tempai with this 3-4, but we need a pair, so we're 2 away. If we can pair up the 3, the 4, the 2, or the 5, we will probably call Riichi, and we'll see if we can get there. The 6... I mean, the 6 helps us because we can get rid of the 9 now. Now we're firmly in all simples, which means we can't actually call things. It's definitely not the worst thing to do. But we end up drawing the 3, and now I can choose what to wait on. But I'm going to wait a little bit. Let's wait on the 3, just in case we find a better weight, or perhaps we draw an extension for any of our shapes. Because if we do draw an extension to any of our shapes, we'll be able to pair weight for 2 separate tiles instead of just 1. So the good news is that we are all simples here, so we don't need a Riichi. But as soon as I draw a better weight, I think I will slam the Riichi. Although it's getting a little late in the hand. Okay, Riichi comes out, and maybe we can just get lucky. I mean, this is the thing, right? I do get the better weight, and the 3 is a dangerous tile. It really is. But you know what? I'm actually down to send it. It passes. We get a little lucky. Here's why. The 2 and the 5 are safe tiles for the Riichi on the left, and we get it immediately, which is so good for us. It's a Mangan because the flash on the screen. It's at least Riichi Apatsu Dora. All simples, of course. And an Orador to get us to a Mangan, 8,000 points to start the video. Hey man, maybe the flow's on my side today. Maybe the flow. I mean, this is a pretty ballsy call for me, to be honest, to go into Riichi there to chase, and we got kind of bailed out. But we'll see. Anyway, I was playing Elden Ring, and my friend, who we didn't buy Elden Ring Night Rain for the longest time, because we thought, hey, we can't play with 2 players anyway. Let's just wait till our other friend gets his PC, so we can play Elden Ring Night Rain as a 3-player, because we're not gonna queue up with randoms, right? So anyway, this guy, he finally got his PC, so we're like, yes, let's go. We bought Elden Ring Night Rain. It was right before the DLC came out, and we were hyped. And we played some 3-player mode, and then a week later, the guy who got the PC, the new PC we've been waiting months to play with, was like, hey, you want to play some 2-player? And I'm like, I don't think this game has 2-player, man. I mean, I'm like 90% certain, right? Because the whole bit with Elden Ring Night Rain was when it first came out, you can only play with 1 or 3 players. It was the most backwards system I've ever seen. And so, like, you know, I've gotten over that at this point. But I was a little like, yeah, I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you think we've been doing? We've been waiting for you for all this time. Turns out, like a month or 2 ago, I think it was like 3 months ago now, they actually released a 2-player mode, which no one told me about. How are you going to release a 2-player mode and not tell me? Really? So now I'm sitting there looking like an idiot. We could have been playing Elden Ring Night Rain for so many months ago. I could have been getting so good at that game. And instead now I'm just content playing it. I mean, I can't be too bad because at least I'm playing the game, right? Like, I'm having fun, but I'm getting a lot better at the game. I think last video I talked about playing the melee character that's like Sekiro with the parry. If you don't know, that's the guy with like a samurai sword. But I transferred over to playing the archer character, which I have found is a lot easier because turns out being at range is quite useful in this game. So that's kind of the prerogative. We have, I think the 1 has to go, right? We have too many pairs. And we have good shapes. We have 1 shape, 2 shape, 3 shape, 4 shape, 5 shape. Decent shapes. Our worst one is the 6-8, but hopefully we can find a replacement for that. And so we've actually I beat the tutorial boss in 2-player mode, the 3-headed dog, and then I beat another boss, and I'm kind of feeling my groove right now. I'm in my groove. I'm getting better at the game. Yeah, I am playing the ranged character, but like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sue me about it? It's fine. So yeah, I've been having fun with Night Rain. No one gave me any tips and tricks, but maybe that's on me because I don't think there's a lot of crossover. The Venn diagram between Elden Ring Night Rain players and Riichi Mahjong players is probably very slim. You know, I found that perhaps the Venn diagram is a little bit bigger for, I don't know, Super Smash Bros. Players. Sort of like the more like, I don't know, nerdy games, if I can even say that. 8 is safe. It's not like nerdy. I mean, Riichi Mahjong's a bit of a niche game, right? And the more niche a game is, I think the more terminally online you have to be to play this game. But this game's in a unique position, right? Because, ooh, we could send it, but do we really want to chase? Low-key, not really. Oh, look at this. I mean, the 1's a good discard here, but the thing is I don't have any save tiles. We're pushing. I'm feeling lucky today. Oh, man. Okay, it passes. Yeah, we need to figure out how to discard the 6 at some point. I mean, maybe if we get a little lucky, we don't need to discard the 6 of bamboo, but that's pretty much our weight here. We're 1 away. And the 6 would probably have to be discarded unless I want to pair weight on something, which I don't think is the prerogative. Any save tiles up for grabs? I mean, I guess I can try the 9. Oh, okay, it passes. I'm getting very lucky, by the way. The thing is, though, I don't even have any save tiles. I could call it, but I'm okay, see what comes. 7 they were waiting on. 7 and the 4, yeah. Good hand from them. Pinfu, kind of the meta hand with the sumo. A lot of points. This actually keeps us out of the lead. Why? Because they were in the dealer seat. Man, I wish we won in the dealer seat. That would make it a lot easy. Okay, new hand, new me, though. We got 2 white dragons. We got a fast hand. So maybe we can make something happen. I also just have a lot of dragons in general. So maybe if I draw another green dragon, we can think about doing something special. You know, I got a Yakuman chance earlier today playing 3-player Mahjong for 4 concealed triplets. And it was actually so funny because there was 2 tiles left. There was like it was like 4 tiles left or something, and I draw into Tempai. I have 3 concealed triplets in my hand, and I'm like, well, it is a Yakuman chance, and it's Toy, so let me just, not Riichi. And then the next time it comes around is 2 tiles left, and this guy deals into me. And so I'm sitting there like, holy crap, I can't believe I stole this hand away. But what I didn't realize is that this was, without any Oradora, because I actually had 4, what is it? What is the Northwind key? That's okay. When you call the Northwind, you get an extra Han for it. I had 4 of those, and so I actually had 12 Han worth of value in my hand because 3 concealed. I had a red 5. It was Toy. It was, it was so much. I had 3 Doras in the hand. That was the big one. And so it came out to 12 Han, and so if I had just Riichi, it would have been a Yakuman anyway. I was so excited to have the Yakuman chance before Concealed Triplets, but I could have had a guaranteed Yakuman chance. You know, like, what was it, Yakuman waiting, it would have said? That's Aura right there. I mean, that's exactly what I want to see. The golden one. I don't know if you guys ever played this game before. You get the golden Yakuman ready, and it's like, man, someone need to deal into me. Okay, what, half flush Dora? Come on. Like, I guess they're in 4th place, so it doesn't matter too much. It's a close game now. 100 points separates me in 1st place, and it's East 3. So I do kind of have to lock in a little bit. That's okay. I feel like I've mastered the art of talking and playing at this point. I mean, I've done 125 episodes. You'd think I would figure it out by now. Anyway, you know, something big happened in my life recently. I got a new washer in my apartment, and it's nice. It smells like a new car, to be honest. I know people don't think about the new washer smell, but it does. It smells, right? Like, everyone always talks about the new car smell. It's like, oh, you get into a new car, it's like, oh, this smells nice. First of all, to me, it doesn't smell that nice. If you're being realistic, it smells like plastic and like leather. But I guess, like, you know, it's nice to appreciate the change in our lives, you know, instead of just hating it like everyone else does. So I get that part of it. You know, you got a new car, you're excited. No one ever tells you about the new washer smell. It smells, honestly, better than a new car smell. And maybe that's just because my old washers smell. Like, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I'm not saying my old washer did not smell. It definitely could have. But this one smells like new. Yeah, our old washer broke because for some reason, and I don't know who in the development team thought this up, but you put a gap in between the actual washer part of the washer, because it's I have one that stands straight up, so it's not a sideways one. You have to put it in from the top. There's a gap between where, you know, the big basin where they hold all the clothes and basically the underworkings of the machine. And so I always wondered, like, where are all my socks going? They're probably like getting stuck in the washer, but I never really figured out how they could possibly get stuck in the washer. Like, I just assumed that's where they went, because where else would they go? And so I'm like, okay, let me not load up as many clothes into the washer, because there's a gap. There's a gap above the basin into the sides, the dark realm of the sides of this thing. Okay, Riichi comes out, let's fold. And so what I've realized is that when this guy came in to replace our washer, I found all these old socks and also these things from the previous tenant. Oh, you're gonna give him a Patsu. You're making this game pretty hard, I will say, because this probably gets him 2nd place. Riichi, Patsu, Dora, Oradora. Yeah, Mahjong got in the dealer seat, and you really hate to see it. This puts us in 3rd place, and look, it's the closest game of all time. At least we're still in East 3, so we got a few more chances, but I mean, this is how it goes down. This is how the flow leaves you, and you can't really do anything. I mean, I'm not dealing in. I'm just not winning hands either. I mean, I won 1 hand, but apparently that's not enough in this lobby. Okay, we have a Dora in the hand, which is, you know, good to take note of. I'm going to keep the 1 for now. I mean, to be honest, I don't need to keep the 1. I probably should have kept the red dragon, but that's okay. Maka can be angry at me. Maka is just a clanker. We don't need to listen to Maka. I mean, I got a comment in one of my previous videos that pointed out to me, very smartly, I will say, that I shouldn't be listening to Maka because she's a robot. And honestly, I think they're onto something, because it gave me a lot of self-confidence when I read that. No, I'm just kidding, guys. You can trust Maka as much as you want. Anyway, I got this new washer. It's working good. I did my first load of laundry in it, which is always nice. What's the discard here? I mean, it's probably the white dragon, but I'm a little spooked about it. I think I'm down to play with it. Let's just keep it in the hand. We're kind of missing a pair. We have a pair already, but if we draw a white dragon as our pair, we can always call things. And I just have a sinking feeling right now that someone has 2 white dragons. Like, you know, the flow has left me very obviously in this game. The flow has left me. So it's like, I can only assume that someone else is taking advantage of the flow they've been given and has 2 white dragon Doras in their hand. And so if that's the case, what am I going to do? Feed them a victory here? Like, no, I'm not going to feed them a victory. I'm actually going to keep the pair 2s here because we're kind of missing shapes, and I'd be down to maybe try to go for a mixed triple sequence type of, or not mixed triple sequence, a pure double sequence type of situation. Anyway, so yeah, the new washer, I mean, before we'd have to go into another room to wash our clothes. There's the white dragon. Okay, let's get rid of it. Always punished with the 7, by the way. Always punished. That's okay. So now I don't need to go into other rooms like it was college to watch my clothes, which is nice. In-unit washer and dryer is always nice. So we're a more happy family now. Hopefully we don't lose more socks though. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. Hey, look at this. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, honestly, I'm discarding the 9s. I mean, we have too many pairs, right? We have too many pairs. I'm really hoping that this 6 right here is going to give us some sort of shape. Another way of thinking about it is like, okay, maybe, okay, here we go. Here we go. Mixed triple sequence opportunity. So now this is 2 shapes. It's the worst 2 shapes, but that's okay. We're waiting on a 3. And then we have good weights. Now, if we draw the 3 of dots right now, it's the best possible scenario. And perhaps I'd be so inclined to say the flow is back on my side. But it's not the worst. Yeah, I'm saying this now. It's not the worst to wait on it. Now, I don't actually need to call Riichi here because it is pure double sequence chance. And it's such a close game that I guess it literally is just 1 Han. So, like, maybe it is worth just Riichiing. We'll see. Maybe I just sumo it right here and we don't need to think about it. I mean, does the 4 really help us? Nah, we're reaching on the 4 here. Oh, okay, we lose minus 1,000 for the Riichi stick. That's unfortunate, right? Unfortunate. Fully concealed hand, sumo gets it, which is just crazy. How are you just in? You're in last place. You don't Riichi. You know, I have to assume that they just forgot to Riichi and they've gotten incredibly unlucky by just winning immediately. Because I don't know what they're doing if not for that. Okay, I know the win should have gone first, but hear me out. Actually, I think I was looking at the Maka a few times. And when you have this 9-6-1-4 situation, a lot of times Maka wants you to discard it first, which, you know, fine by me. So let me just take it as its advice. I know I just, you know, said Maka was a clanker a few minutes ago, but let's just take its advice for once. Okay, we have some value in this hand. Fortunately, I dealt in, which makes it a little bit more difficult to actually win this hand. Not really the dealing in part, but the fact that I put a Riichi stick up for grabs as well. So I went basically minus 2.5 when it really was only like 1.5 hand, which is kind of annoying. The good news is that we are in the dealer seat, right? Which means we have value to spare, especially with the red 5 in this hand and the Dora. It's pretty much, we have enough value already. So we're going to try to make the fastest hand possible. It's a little bit tricky to do that in this situation though, because we have a few terminals that we really don't want to deal with. But we'll see. Maybe if we get a little lucky, we can do it. I mean, if we really think about it, like let's say we pawn the 6s, we do 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5. That's 3, and then we're still a little struggling to find a shape. I think in this situation, I discard the 9 here because it helps both of our causes. 1 for tile efficiency and 2 for the all simples opportunity. The 1 doesn't really help us though. I mean, honestly, it kind of does. I like it over this one, this 1 too, I think. Because let's say we draw a 2, but then we have 2 shapes already here, and we're like a little closer, but it's a bit dubious, I want to eventually discard this 1 later on. So last video I was editing, and I didn't realize that... Honestly, I don't want this either, but I'll keep it over the 2, I think. I was editing, and I realized I started a story, and I didn't finish it. So I'm sorry for, you know, edging everyone. But I was talking about the pillow. I said, you know, I sleep with 2 pillows. It was a funny story that happened. I woke up in the middle of the night with my pillow. You know, sometimes you move around in your sleep, right? You kick off the pillow on the floor. Maybe the blanket goes off the bed. Like, you know, sometimes those nights happen. But I've never once before seen what happened to me this night. Do we like this 5? 5? No, not really. Let's get rid of the 9. Or the 1. We only have 3 seconds left. We need to lock in. Pawn the 5s? Low key? No, it's not worth it. I mean, I could. It's a shape. But then what am I doing with the rest of my hand? I gotta find specifically the 2. Like, I'm not happy about that. I'm just taking apart my shapes like nothing matters. But I'm positioning myself a little bit for a speedy hand. The thing is though, like if anyone calls Riichi here, I'm just like doomed. I guess I shouldn't be too afraid of. I'm calling this, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna call this. Discard the 8. It's an all simples opportunity for sure now, and I feel a little bit silly about not calling the 5s earlier, but so be it. We have the 6-6-8 shape, which is still okay. We have all our shapes. We just need to find the 7, which I know is in the wall, but I mean, what else are we doing here? Riichi comes out. This is what I was afraid of. As soon as I push, I get chased on, but that's okay. I shouldn't be too afraid of getting 4th place here. There's 17,000 points behind. Pawn this. Discard. The 8 is safe. I mean, I gotta play for it. The 2 is a bit dubious. They haven't discarded any red tiles. For all I know, they have a flush, which is the worst possible scenario. I don't want to see a flush. This 2 is safe. I really don't have much time to think. We're 1 away, which is such a crazy twist of fate. 6 is safe. Okay, we're pairing everything up now. It looks like we're going for a flush, which is quite funny. We have plenty of value. This 2 needs to pass. That's the only thing. This 2 needs to pass, and we need to call the 6s, the 8s. We get always punished, by the way. Always punished. We could have cheated the 7 if we kept the 6. But that's okay. I would have discarded the 8 anyway. We just got a little unlucky. I just need this 2 to pass eventually. I'm hoping that someone else... Okay, well... This ends the game, I think, in 3rd place, unfortunately. A little too late. Right? We didn't have the facilities. Another 3rd place. Does this put me down a lot? It puts me down a decent amount. Yeah, -3. It's actually not a lot at all. So we kind of came out of this game scot-free, which is lucky, but so be it. Let's take a look at the log, see how we did. You know, after every game, we're contractually obligated to look at the log. Let's see. I'm guessing B+. I think I played average. A-. Okay, look, this is a pretty high-power game. I will say S-, and then A- is all around. So we all played pretty well. Let's just take a look at some of the interesting things. All right, this last hand, how did it like it, right? The first discards, they're correct. This 9 discard, was it correct? 9 discard was, you know, marginally correct. And then where does it get a little tricky? So it probably, I mean, this 1 discard is fine. Obviously this 2, turns out all the 2s were locked away in Toy's hand. This 2 doesn't help me much at all, but I'm really just trying to get away from all simples. So I choose that route. Then I discard this 1, and this 2 just was locked up on my hand for so long. Now this doesn't make much sense because we're actually quite close. Discard the 2 here, that's on me. And then how does it like this chi? That's what I was really wondering. It likes the chi, it knows we need to move fast. And then, yeah, does it like the call? It likes the call, it likes the discard. I mean, we're folding kind of elegantly here. I'm glad I chose the 2 to be correct. Now, it wants me to just ship off the 2, but you know, I'm never using the 6 now, right? Because what, we're going to have a floating 8 in the hand, so that's the decision I made. And we're a little too late. Let's do another hand that was interesting. This S+ hand was just a quick hand, or did I just play goated? No, it was a long hand. I just played well. I guess the first few discards were easy, right? And then, yeah, you get rid of this weak shape. Oh, this is just a fold. And they run. Okay, so that's S+ hand. That didn't matter. And this first hand, I got a manga for 10,000 points, and I thought this set me up for victory pretty well, but other people just got a little bit more, right, from this game. We didn't reach it here, and then we've reached it off of this tile. We should have reached it off the 2. Really? Reach it off the 2, or discard the 2, wait for the 3. It's an interesting proposition. But we get lucky, so that's nice. Anyway, if you made this far, thanks so much for watching. Another 2 third places in a row. At least they're not 2 4th places in a row. If you like this content, consider subscribing. I upload 4 days a week. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.